Let us pray. Father in heaven, we are grateful. We thank you for your mercies. We thank you for your peace. We thank you for your grace. We thank you for the joy in our hearts. We thank you for who you are and what you are to us. We are so grateful. Thank you for bringing us from last Sunday to today. Thank you for the elections of yesterday all over Nigeria in 28 states and other states, their National Assembly, gubernatorial elections. Father, we thank you because this nation is still standing. Many forces are trying by all means to disintegrate this nation. So many forces are trying to make mess of just a handful of all the generality of the people by using thuggery, by force, everything possible to bring anarchy into our nation. But in your mercy, you have kept us. And for that, Lord God Almighty, we are grateful. Because if there is no peace in our nation, I wouldn't be here doing this. And many of your children wouldn't even know where their laptops or their phones are. Father, we are thankful. Lord, today is another day you have brought to help us with our health. I pray, oh God, that we learn one or two things today, that our time here will not be wasted. This is our episode 178. I pray, Lord, that by the end of today's program, people will learn one or two new things, and their lives will be better. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, Abba Father, for in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yes, I sincerely thank you for joining. I want to, okay, let me make some people co-hosts. The challenge is that people don't come in before I start praying. It's only them Irene that usually is always on time. So good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr.Favour, Afoma, and I am here tonight with the program Great Life with Dr. Afoma. And Great Life airs every Sunday evening by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Great Life is a program of Healthy Race Ministry International. And Healthy Race is the ministry God gave Dr. Afoma in the year 2017. And in 2018, the Lord gave her another program called Unkufu Challenge. Our Unkufu Challenge will start from the 27th day of March. It will dovetail into April. What do we do there? We go without eating anything cooked in fire by fire through fire. Then in 2019, the Lord gave me this program, Great Life with Dr. Afoma. And Great Life, he said I should go on air, that great life is possible. It's possible we live great lives. So this is our episode 178. For 178 times I've been on this program. So I really thank God. And for all the mothers, before I start, I want to say Happy Mothering Sunday. You know, there are different segments. I think the Anglicans, their own is today, because the Catholics don't do Mother's Sunday during Lent. This is Lenten period. Then the conventional American own, I think that one is March 8th. So the Sunday that's coming around that, they usually, but anyhow, even if it's up to 100 times, take it, because mothers are supreme. I tell you, what mothers go through, what mothers do, they multitask. A woman will be pregnant, she'll be working, she'll go to work, she may not even have a car. She comes back, she branches into the market, buys things for the house, she comes back with pregnancy, she cooks, she will just want to stretch her legs. The husband may come and stretch his legs and be watching television. But now I think men are really, really helping out. In the nights, combined service, she must comply. Tomorrow morning, she jumps out again. You say, I tell women, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. A lizard said if he falls from the Iroko tree and looks up and down, nobody say well done. He will just nod his head and say well done. Celebrate yourself. You are amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. So I sincerely thank you for joining me. My name is Dr.Favour Afoma, and I'm delighted being here. Today, last week we did a concluding part of the 21 principles for a holistic health plan. There may be more than that, but if you watch the 21, if you look at the 21, you see that they are all encompassing. Other things may come into the 21. So I want people that were here last 3 weeks, I started it on the 5th, 12th, today is 19. If you know any principle you can recall, please type it on the chat box. Let people that are joining for the first time see. We have 21 principles. Anyone you remember, you just put it on the chat box. If you can hear me clearly, please, can you please type 1? As you are typing, just type 1 beside what you are typing, so that I know that you are with us. Okay, you can hear me. So let us see the principles from 1 to 21. You can name more than 1. It depends on the one you can remember. Let me see. Okay, Dr. Joy Nwokedi said principle of nutrition. Is it nutrition or nourishment? I think it's nourishment. Knowledge, everyone who said knowledge, abstinence, yes, moderation, wonderful. Where are the others? Njideka, give us one principle. Ifi Moneke, give us one. Irene Ifejika, Dame Irene, give us one. Obiun also has given 2. Knowledge and abstinence. I think my namesake is Afoma Madike. Give us one principle. My sister and colleague, but will give us one principle. For Joseph, give us one principle. Jay, I think this is Jay from, is it London now or America? I don't usually Obi said detoxification. Good. I want you to name one. You must at least remember one. Principle of worship, principle of gratitude. Good. Then Irene. I want everybody to name one. That's how to do a recap. Principle of sunshine, wonderful. You see, when you recall them, you can easily practice them. But if you don't recall them, you may even not remember. You know, I tell people, somebody in my business, principle of rest, yes, Sabbath, we call it also the principle of Sabbath. Somebody said he went to do exercise and almost collapsed. That's how do they do exercise? I said, you don't do exercise. When you start to do exercise, you don't start going to gym, carrying machine up and down. Just walk. Walk. Principle of moderation. Yeah, Paul Joseph, thank you. Principle of moderation. I want to see what people are writing. Principle of moderation. Principle of dehydration. Not dehydration, principle of hydration. Dehydration is lack of it. Personal hygiene and environmental cleanliness. Yes. Principle of praise. Is it praise? Worship. Principle of safety. Principle of safety. Then principle of relationship. Yes, hydration. Word therapy. Good. So you see, it is good for you to recall them. principle of joy, when you recall them, it will help you to live by them and to live with them. You know, it's not about what you know, it's about what you know and what you practice. It's about what you know and what you practice. So I sincerely thank you for your appropriate eating. Very important. I want to thank you for being good and wonderful students. I am also a student. Never mind that I anchor the program. So today, we are going to expand on the principle of nourishment, because I found out that many of us are culprits. Many of us are victims of not eating well, because most times you don't even know what to eat, how to eat it. And if you're not creative in what you are eating, you'll be bored with a particular set of food. Like yesterday, I ate jollof rice. Normally, my girl knows that when I eat rice, she'll bring cucumber, she'll bring cabbage, lettuce, carrot, and onions. Onions, she must put onions. But when she brought it yesterday, I didn't feel like eating them. I told her to take them back and get me avocado. I just opened the avocado, used my spoon, scooped it, and put it on top of the rice. You know, jollof rice that is hot, used to be sweet. I just put it on top and I ate it, and I was okay. Up to now, I'm not eating that. I'm not feeling like eating them, but I must eat them so that they don't go bad. So what will I do? When I finish this program, I'll go down, I'll blend them, I'll put them in a blender. The way she had already made it, I will put pineapple there, put banana there. If there is avocado that's okay, I'll put some there. I'll blend it and I'll take it like ice cream. Because when you blend it with this kind of blend I have, it makes it very smooth like ice cream. And that's what I will take. And it's a meal. Some people will eat it and they will be looking for swallow to take. No. So I want us to start today by quotable quotes. And this quote was made by Tony Akinyemi. Tony Akinyemi is one of my mentors in health and wellness. In short, I'm reading one of I'm using his lecture notes to teach us Rafa Healthy Living Institute. I went to this school in 2017, the moment the Lord called me to this ministry. He has made, he made an advert in one of our groups. We are called Healthy Living Ambassadors, HLA group, Healthy Living Partners. So he said that this school, he will run it again, because it has been how many years now? 6 years that I attended. I indicated interest because I must learn something new to what I already know. It's not cheap. It's not free. You pay money. And every day, Monday through Friday, the lecture starts 9 and ends about 6. You must be there. You must be there. So it's something you have to prepare yourself mentally, financially to go to. Now, he said, man is a food-dependent creature. Man is a food-dependent creature. If you deny him food for an extended period of time, he will starve to death. On the other hand, if you don't feed him correctly, he will begin to die in installments. If you don't feed man correctly, he will begin to die in installments. We can only thrive on a balanced diet. Therefore, we must learn how to and actually incorporate nourishing and health-promoting foods into our diets. It's a quote by Reverend Tony Akinyemi. Excuse me, let me take it again. Man is a food-dependent creature. If you deny him of food for an extended period of time, he will starve to death. On the other hand, if you don't feed him correctly, he will begin to die in installments. We can only thrive on a balanced diet. Therefore, we must learn how and how to, and actually incorporate nourishing and health promoting foods into our diets. Now, I want you to know these facts. Deficiencies lead to diseases. Deficiencies. Please, if you can hear me clearly, because I've started. If you can hear me, can you please type 2 on the chats now? I've started our lecture now. I just gave that quote. Then we'll take off. Good. Sister Catherine, thank you. Welcome. Know these facts. Deficiencies lead to diseases. Don't mind that some people will say every time, Doki will be saying about disease. Don't worry. As we go on, we'll talk about health promoting things that promote health and things that bring out disease. Our mission here is to eliminate disease by all means and by every means. Deficiencies lead to diseases. Deficiencies are, okay, what is deficiency? Deficiency is absence of things, absence of either nutrients. Okay, let me take it now. Deficiencies are of 2 basic types. Nutrient, not present at all. Nutrient presence in insufficient amounts. There are foods you eat like pizza, 0 nutrient. 0 nutrient. 0. Then there are ones you eat, it will be present, but it won't be sufficient. You may eat something like maybe yam, you know yam now, 2 bag of yam. You may eat yam, but the nutrient may not be sufficient because what you are eating that yam with won't give that yam a kind of balance in your body. When we were growing up in Enugu then, my dad worked as a produce inspector in the Ministry of Agriculture. In our house, you must eat vegetable, whether you like it or not. Nyafu, nyafu. Because my dad will tell you, I rather use my money and buy things to nourish your body than taking you to hospital to pay doctor for drugs. I won't do that. So, by fire, by force, and vegetable no be small vegetable. If you see the vegetable we used to eat yam, maybe yam, they on it, the vegetable may be a whole bowl. Yam may be 5 pieces. When you finish the yam, you will begin to eat that vegetable. If you want to put it in your nose, now you sabi. What he knows that the plate must be clean before you say that, Papa, thanks, thank man. If it's not, you're on your own. So I did that when my children were also small. And I found out that I never visited the hospital because of sickness. The only one of my children that I took to hospital was my second son. He will go and lobby my daughter to help him and eat his own vegetable. My daughter will say, you will give me maybe biscuit. Maybe I give them two pieces of biscuit, 2 packs of biscuit. You say, if I eat it, you give me 1. She will eat. My son didn't know that he was just giving my daughter health and getting sickness. Until one day I looked at his eyes. I saw the eyes yellow like this. My daughter said, Mommy, look at Arize's eye. This boy's eye is like, it's yellow in color. Brethren, by the time I took this boy to hospital, plus. The dad wanted to give him, mix malt, mix this one, mix Bonvita, this one to milk. By the time he put it into his mouth, he vomited. Plus. I'm telling you, his eyes almost yellowish, showing you that he was grossly malnourished. And he's in the same house, eating the same food from the same pot, cooked by the same woman. So why did that happen to him? So you see, food is an integral part of man. That's why Reverend Tony said, food, man is a food-dependent creature. You can't take it away. You can't live without food. Now, there is another way to look at deficiencies. Deficiencies of macronutrients and deficiencies in micronutrients. Macro, micro. The above explains why there are diseases of the poor and diseases of the rich. Do you know that poor people have their disease? Who will tell me the diseases of the rich people? Just type it in the chat box. Diseases of rich people and diseases of poor people. If you know it, just type it. Because I always want this class to be interactive. Diseases of the poor, just say poor. You write the disease. Rich, you write the disease. Macronutrients and micronutrients. You know, there are vitamins. I don't see your face, doctor. Who said that? Please, can you see my face? Can you see me? If you can see me, type 3. Somebody says she can't see my face. If you can see me, type 3. People can see me now. Rich, obesity. Another disease of the rich, high blood pressure. Good. Another disease of the rich, the men go, diabetes. You got it. These are diseases of the rich because diabetes is a food disease. Okay, who will tell us the diseases of the poor? What do the poor people usually suffer from? Malnutrition. Malnutrition. The poor people suffer from malnutrition. They suffer from anemia. They suffer, most of them suffer from arthritis. If they don't, because every food you are taking is supposed to take care of one small here, small here. Your eye must take its part, your tongue take its part, your ear take its part. Every part of your body must collect their own. So if all the parts of your body, they are not collecting their own, there will be deficiency in such area. Don't worry, as we go on, you will understand this. The principle of nourishment is what we are going to expand on. The principle of nourishment. And the outline is deficiencies and why they occur. The impact of cooking, the impact of food processing, the impact of modern day agricultural practices, organic farming, raw eating, liquefied food. Now, you may be asking how, by the time we finish today, I will give you the numbers. Whenever you go to a supermarket or anywhere to buy food, the readings on the label will show you whether that food is organically grown or GMO, genetically modified, or both. You will know it by the numbers and you begin to pay attention. Now, deficiencies and why they occur. You know, mainly we cook, like I have a co-wife. If you tell her to cook with gas, she will tell you no. She doesn't like cooking with gas, that the food they cook on gas cooker don't used to taste well. You know how what she prefers? She prefers to cook it with firewood. She will tell you if you use firewood to cook food, there's a way it tastes. I don't know whether it's true or not. Me, I cook with my cooker. Now, cooking methods. How do we cook our food? How do we cook our food? Many of us kill the food before we begin to eat it. There is one way to cook. There is a particular pot. It's very expensive, but if you can get that pot, they call it Salad Master. Salad, they are saying salad, S-A-L-O-A-D, Salad Master. If you use Salad Master to cook something like vegetable, green vegetable, it will be the way it is. You eat it, it will be greenish like that because it steams it. There's a way you steam it. And if you want to cook yam, I want to tell us, if you want to cook yam, don't pour too much water into the yam so that by the time yam is done, you throw away water. Remember, it's better to cook yam with the back. And when you are cooking yam with the back, put water that is at the level of that yam, so that by the time the yam is done, the water will be remaining small. Allow the water to go into the yam. Don't form the habit of pouring plenty of water when you are cooking yam. When you finish, you go to turn the water away. That water you are turning away, most of the nutrient in that yam, you are throwing it away. You are throwing it away. Always make sure that you cook yam with the back and cook it so that the water will go into it. You won't have any reason to throw away the water. Now, the second way you can cook, the second way is food processing methods. Many of us may choose to do what we call juicing. There is what we call masticating juicer and the ordinary juicer. One, we heat up, when we come to that, as time goes on, we'll come to that. One, we heat up the juice and kill it, even as it's coming out, it's killing it. The other one is slower. Any juice you put, you hear the high temperature that the juice is come. It's not that it's not good. Instead of drinking chivita, you can drink it. But when you make such juice, make sure you consume it immediately. Make sure you consume it immediately. Because the more you juice and keep, the more it loses the nutrients inside it. You know, okra, anytime you want to cook okra, you know, okra is very good. Okra, the okra vegetable is very, very good. So many things you can do with okra. Okra can help you with ulcer. Okra can help a pregnant woman get pregnant. Okra can help a man correct motility in the sperm and how agile the sperm is and how healthy the sperm is. So many things. Okra can bring down blood sugar. But if you want to cook okra, you don't cut that okra and keep it in the morning while you are cooking. The moment you put the things in the pot, it may be meat or anything or fish, put it in the pot, you begin to slice the okra. And if you want to slice the okra, don't make it too small. Make it bigger. Don't grate it in such a way that it will be like you grate it as if it's nutmeg. Make it bigger, just slice it. The way you put it in the pot, the moment you put the okra, maybe you put vegetable, the moment you put it and turn it, you put up the light. And when you put up the light, you open the lid. Because if you put the lid, it will overcook it. Try this thing I'm telling you. When you do it, you see that when you put it in the plate, the okra will be very, very, very greenish. When I do such, my late sister was alive, if I go to her house and I cook like that, she say, "Hey, Doki, it's like this thing is not done. It's like somebody is eating grass, like, excuse me, like goat." I said, "Sister, it's not good. Try it. You will see that it's tasty." And she tried it and she began to cook like that. So the way you cook your food matters. Don't kill these nutrients, these micro and macronutrients. Then another thing we have to look at is modern day agricultural practices. You know, today, you will see they plant something today. 3 months, they've removed it, they plant another one. In a year, they may plant 10, up to 4 times there. But in the olden days, it's not like this. They plant at a place, they allow the land to rest because the nutrient in the soil is what gives, is what the plants get. When the soil when the soil is not healthy, they don't produce healthy crops. You know, because my father worked in the Ministry of Agriculture. When we were small, he would always give us seedlings and tell us to go and do garden. I don't know how many of us did garden. We did garden at the back of our house. Our landlord, I don't know whether he's the owner of that land, but he gave it to us. So everybody has portion. In the evening like this, you have to go and, you know, tap was running. We have to go and take buckets. We use Bonvita tin and use nails to chook it at the base, chook it. So we will just be using it to pour water on our crop. And you see, it was a healthy competition. By the time we harvest either our green, the normal green, or ugu, the pumpkin, or okra, maize, you'll be amazed at what we got. Do you know that we began to take from that? It is easier and better to take from the garden in your house. If you have space in your house, you can plant these things. Because by the time the ones they bring from Ogun to Lagos, by the time the vehicle hits it up along Redemption Camp Road, Lagos Ibadan Express Road, you may find out that you are eating chaff because the vehicle has heated it up. What the market women may do to it, they will just put them inside water, or you see them using water, sprinkling water on it to make them come alive. But they are already dying. They're already dying. But if you go to the back of your house to get something, just try this. I have 2 pots. I didn't plant the water leaf, but I saw them growing, so I began to pay attention. And I cooked egusi soup one day, and I went to cut it. If you taste that, the one you just got from the garden, let me say, and put it in the pot, is different from that one you bought outside. Have you not gone to market, you want to buy something, you see that they are all dead. The ones that will be you know, those ones are laden with fertilizer. I tell you, anytime you go to buy leaves, tell the women, I want local. Local is the one without fertilizer. They will bring it out. It's always a little more expensive than the other ones. You will be amazed. They will go and use, they will hide it. They will go and get it because some people know it. They will go and sell it to them. Then we talk about poor digestion, then poor assimilation and toxicity. Now, approach the impact of cooking. You know, I just said it. Now I'm going to deal with them one by one. Impact of cooking. Approximately 97% of water-soluble vitamins B, C, folic acid are damaged at the point of boiling of water, 100 degrees. And you see, whenever you are cooking, it must be doing now. If it's not doing you will tell the girl it has not started cooking well. So at that point, if you are not careful, you lose the nutrients. That's why if you, anytime you put vegetable in your soup or yam anywhere, turn off the gas or anything, turn it off and don't cover it. If you cover it, the steam will destroy it. You know how you preserve your soup? How I usually do soup. I'll do soup plain. If I want to eat with ugu, I'll bring out the soup. I'll slice that ugu fresh. I put it will be fresh. At times, I don't do it for onugbu because onugbu is a little bit hard. It's a little bit hard, but I do it with ora soup. Ora is another vegetable in Igbo land. Then in Yoruba land, they have efiriro, all those leafy green. You can do plain soup. Do it very well. Portion it and put it in the fridge. Any day you want to eat anyone, pot fresh You may be thinking it is tedious. It's not tedious. When you are used to it, if you get used to it, you will like it. Just bring out the food and stop using microwave. Microwave is not good. Microwave is not good. If you see the level of radiation, light that comes into that microwave, it will shock you. The food you are eating is already cooked, dead. You then come again to subject it to a very high temperature. Because I am not used to it using microwave, something happened in the village. We wanted to eat, and the thing was so blocked. I didn't even know that microwave takes some kinds of plastic. By the time I knew it, the plastic I put there started melting, and the food was still as strong as this table. That was when I called one of my friends. I said, Nekomo, I can't even know. I don't even know, because I have not used microwave for years. I've not used it for years. A woman gave us testimony how she was, every time she would fall sick, every time she was falling sick, then one day she just told herself, why am I falling sick? How she will go to hospital, they run tests, nothing. So one day she said, one mind told her, this food you are always microwaving in your office before you eat, can you learn to bring that food out at night? That's like this night, she'll bring the food out, put it on top of her kitchen cabinet. In the morning, would have thought, she will warm it. And when you want to warm your food, stop warming food at very high temperature. Warm food, put it at the lowest, let it kind of steam, so that if there are nutrients there, you can salvage certain things. But when you put it on a high temperature, like microwave, you kill everything. If I go now for any reason to any eatery, the first thing I will tell them, don't microwave. They have known me in a particular place. So if I go there, I will look for the greeny, the food, the soup there that's green, most green. I will tell them, put this food. Even if I'm taking rice, I will tell them, give me a portion of this soup. One of them, the people that know me, they will say they don't microwave auntie's food. They will just give it to me, I will eat it. Now, approximately 44% of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K are damaged at the boiling point of water. You see, that's why if you can, don't cook something like cucumber, something like onions, something like carrots, something like cabbage. Some people will say they don't bleach. Is it bleaching? They call it. They will put hot water on it, then turn it out. There's no point. The only thing, you can start eating it small. And when you shred it, you will not even notice it. You enjoy it. At times, just take, maybe you are eating beans, put cabbage, carrot, and onions. Onions, you just slice. Put it there and be eating it. You will enjoy that food. You will enjoy that food. Adding salt during cooking will alter the mineral profile of the food. Every food has profile. Every food has profile. So when you add salt, that's why many people don't cook with salt. It will shock you, but I'm telling you, one of my mentors, he doesn't eat salt. So I asked him one day, how do your food taste? Excuse me. He said that he puts enough onions. That when you put enough onions and you are used to that, onions contains what we call aniline. That's property. It's a blood thinner. If you are taking onions regularly and you are having high blood pressure, watch it. You see that your numbers will begin to drop. These are small things you need to know. See onions, you see garlic. If you can, be taking this. If you know that you are having issues with high blood pressure. Begin to take more of onion, just slice it inside your food and turn it and eat it. Leaching of nutrients take place during cooking. There are things like, you know why they ask us not to be keeping bottled water inside the car? When the car heats up this plastic, this plastic will start leaching into the water. You may not know. Have you not seen that some plastic before, when you touch them, they are strong? But what they are doing now, see the noise this one is making, to show you that these plastics, they have quality. You may see a plastic like this. The water in something like this may be more expensive than this. They may sell the part of this one now that has this side. They may sell it 900 and sell this one 750 or 700. You may be saying, are they not the same? Are they not? Is it not 75 cl, 75 cl? Their container, they are not the same. They are not the same. These are things you may not know. So don't usually put your water in the car and go out and come in. At that point, see now, see, this thing may start leaching into the water. And Oyibo people now are beginning to sell water in natural bags. It's not in plastic. They sell it in natural paper bag or in bottles. Water that you can put water in bottle is better, or in flask, insulated flask. You put it, you can drink it when you come. But if you put any water like this in the car and you leave the car locked with the heat, please don't drink it. Proteins are damaged through cooking. Proteins. You see, that's why when you are eating meat, you think you are eating anything. They are almost damaged. You know, many of us think that beans, for example, is protein. This contains carbohydrates. You may not know. Yes. It contains carbohydrates. Now, the impact of food processing. Certain nutrients are damaged during food processing. Certain nutrients are deliberately removed during food processing. Example, wheat. Anywhere you see white flour, you know, the one they used to make bread, cake, puff-puff, donuts. What are the other one? Meat pie. There is no flour by nature that is white. It's always either off brown or brown. It is when they polish it, they deliberately remove it to make it attractive. That's the way it is with salt. You see this white flowing salt. It's not the way originally salt is. Salt is, some are pink, some are brown, some are off-white. But for people, you know, it must appeal to your eyes before you take it. For it to be appealing to your eyes, they have to deliberately polish. And the moment they polish it, they have removed all the nutrients there. Toxins are added during food processing. Example, chemical preservatives, artificial flavors, artificial colors. I always tell people, if you want to drink juice, make juice by yourself, or look for somebody that you know that makes juice. If you go to buy any juice that is on a shelf, it cannot be on that shelf without anything holding it. There must be something that was put there to preserve it. If not, it will spoil. Or anything that contains chemical preservatives, artificial flavors. You know, they will tell you this one is pineapple flavor. It will be smelling like pineapple. It's flavor. It's flavor. It's not that it's pineapple. If you want pineapple, go and buy pineapple and eat. Or artificial colors. There are some foods you see, the way they will be looking. You know how you know eatery? Two colors, red and yellow. Red, and just watch out, most eateries, you see red and yellow. The one that people that usually put green and orange, like Sweet Sensation, they just wanted to make their own different, but normal food, normal. Look at Mr. Biggs. As what I said now, tomorrow, if you are passing, just watch, because these are power colors. These are power colors, and the more you eat, the more you are energized to eat more. That's why they make it, you know, if you go to hospital now, you hardly see red curtain. What you see there is blue, calmness. Calmness. Just watch. Doctors, you see them wearing either sky blue or green. You hardly see red. You hardly see red. These are, there's what we call psychology of colors. All these things, they matter. Then too much time elapses and nutrients further degrade. That's the longer shell it has, the less the nutrients therein. If you buy natural juice, for example, you can't keep it outside the fridge. If you keep outside the fridge, especially something like banana or pineapple, it will turn to alcohol. It will ferment. When I didn't know, I've not gone to this school. One day I just did, is it smoothie I kept it. When I wanted to remove, when I removed it from the fridge, I was hearing, the thing was getting, was expanding. It's God that saved me, because the thing could have broken it could have entered my eyes. The moment I did like this, what I saw, phew, on the ceiling. So I looked up. Everywhere. The thing just scattered everywhere. I said, what happened? It has fermented. So anytime if you want to buy juice and you are not ready to drink it, and you are not near a refrigerator, don't buy anything that has to do with pineapple or banana. They ferment. And once they ferment, they are not what you want. They turn to something else. So many of them turn to alcohol. You may finish drinking them. You begin to be drowsy. You'll be wondering, I didn't take beer. What is happening to me? Now, the impact of modern day agricultural services. Please, if you are getting value from what I'm sharing, can you please type A4 on the chat? If you have question, you can ask the question at the end of the, my watch. I forgot that I didn't wear a watch. Okay. Now, the impact of modern day agricultural practices. Over farming the soil is one of the negatives of our food. Like I said, in the olden days, they will say they farmed here this year. They won't do any farming here. They will go to the other side. Not allowing it to follow makes the food that we get from it not to give us what we really wanted. Then chemical pollutants, pesticides, herbicides, etc. have told us, if you go to the market, any leaf that you didn't see patches of ants eating it up, any leaf that's very, 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 very fresh, that leaf was chemical pollutant was used on it. That was why ants can't come there. If ants come and eat it, the ants will die. The ants will die. Always look for local leaves. Just do the experiment next time you go to market. Just tell those women, I want local. You see, they will go and bring it. Then there is what we call GMO. GMO crops. What do we mean by GMO? Genetically modified organisms. Do you know what it means? They've been altered. Their genetics have been altered in the lab. You have them mainly in corn. this sweet corn that they usually use to do salad or any other thing, or you see a particular corn, it will be so sweet as if they put sugar. If you want to check, take one of it, keep it. You can't regrow it. You can't replant it. So anything that you cannot replant, you know, in the olden days, even now, when people do farming, they usually take some corn and hang it at the chimney. And they don't usually hang the ones that are gap-toothed. They put the ones that are well done, that's very well. They put it, they will tell you they will grow it next year. And next year they put it, because when I was small, my father will come and give the seedlings to us. Not only me, all the children in the whole year. You know, when I see people now saying this ethnicity, this one, there is no more community. All of us, everybody calls my dad Papa. He will give all of us, he will call us, he will give us, if it's 2020, we'll give you 20, 20, 20, 20. We'll share it to all the children in the house. It's like a community. We come down, we play, we go, you know, everybody, at times we come to inspect it, to know how we did the ridges. If your ridge is not the standard one, it will tell you, you have to increase it. You scoop small sand and put there. So anything that you can regrow has been modified in the lab. That's what we call GMOs. GMOs. Before we go tonight, I will tell you how to recognize such food, because so you know they lie. They will tell you this one is genetically modified. This one is organically grown. This one is conventionally grown. I will tell you how you recognize them when you see them. Then, chemical ripening of fruits, tree ripening fruits. Have you not noticed that you buy banana? My friend came from East and came and visited me and bought banana. Immediately I saw the banana. I said, hey, this banana that will turn into yogurt. Because I was traveling to the East one day, I came to Ore. I bought banana for my sister, this my late sister. And by the time I came, she said, did I buy ice cream? I said, ice cream, but she said, see, the banana has melted. The thing melted. Why did it melt? Because of the ripening agents they put on that banana. If you see a banana that's well ripe, it will be this yellow. And it will be hard. It will be soft. There's something we posted on my group. I think I posted the jams in the nail, how we must keep our fingernails. And my cousin, Choma, I think it's Choma that posted that. She posted banana, a banana that's, you know, a finger of banana that is spoiled. The Oyibos just cooked it and put it under the microscope. If you see the jam there, in short, when he brought that banana, I say, hey, the thing just, I remember that banana, the thing, my body, I say, hey, this banana, I will check it too. Maybe I will just use it and do smoothie before it will turn to something else. So this, they call it carbad. A big carbad. There's something they pour on it, it will ripen. All these things are things that deplete the nutrients in our food. I remember when I was small, our neighbor, because we lived at the ground floor, our neighbor, the opposite side, their mother trays on plantain. You know how she ripens her plantain? She doesn't pour anything. She has boxes, wooden boxes. When she brings the plantain, she will cut it the sizes she will sell it, maybe 3, 5, 10, she will cut it like that. Or she may decide not to cut it. She will put them there. Use, what do they call this thing? Hey, abaji. I don't know who understood what is abaji. That thing that's like wool, but it's like clothes. They usually use it to do maybe stockfish. That kind of sack, not Bako super sack, not nylon. She will put that thing on top of it. Okay, jute bag. Thank you. Thank you. She will put it because it's very large. She will put it and sprinkle water on it and cover it. Every 2 days, she will go and open it. By the 5th day, because she always does it so that she doesn't run out of ripe, because the one she sells is ripe banana, ripe plantain. She doesn't sell the green ones. So she will always do it. By the time the one she has in the shop is about finishing, the other one is a process that the woman did that business till all of us started living in Enugu. That woman is still alive today. She doesn't pour any cupboard. She will just put that jute bag, pour water on it. At times, will be the one that will sprinkle the water and cover it. It's the heat that will, and you see it when they ripe. You won't see any. The body will be so beautiful. There are some plantain you see like that. They use something to ripen it. You know how you know when you cook that, when you fry that banana plantain or you eat it, you see that it doesn't have taste because that thing has depleted the nutrients there. So these are things you have to watch. A word on organic farming. Understand what organic farming is. Organic farming means no chemicals, no fertilizers. Then in Enugu, we were not using fertilizers. Do you know what we were using? Chicken droppings, manure, compost. You know where they used to put dirty? We'll just go there and scoop the sand. Or we do our compost by ourselves. We go and gather leaves of trees. We allow it to decompose. Then we don't use chemicals. We don't use fertilizers. Now, use compost or organic manure. Organic manure, you can do your manure by yourself. You can get droppings from chicken. You can get droppings from cow. But the problem now is that even the cow and the chicken that are dropping the droppings, they were injected with hormones. So that's the wahala. So compost remains the best. And then learn how to read label. I will stop here. Learn how to read label. Learn how to read label. How to recognize food labels. Pay attention. I think I will stop. Okay, what's the time? Let me be fast. How do you recognize food labels? Labels with 4 digits. Write it down. Labels with 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 digits indicates conventionally grown food. Conventionally grown foods. What does that mean? Chemicals were added to the growing of that food. 4 digits. Labels with 5 digits. 5. Starting with 8. 8 will be the first. 8 will be the first digit. There are 5, but the first one will be 8. 8. Labels with 5 digits, starting with 8. Starting with an 8 indicates that the food is genetically modified. What do I mean? It is a GMO food. They have been altered in the lab. The biological nature has been changed, so you can't regrow it. Just watch it. If you have tin food in your house, get it now. Look at the label. Look at the label, you see. If they are 4, they are conventionally grown. They added chemical like fertilizer or anything to enhance it. If the label are 5, but the first one is started with an 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it indicates that the food is genetically modified. Labels with 5 digits, they are still 5 digits, but they started with 9, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 indicates that the food is organically grown. Of all these three, which one is the best? 5 digits that started with 9 and then 4 digits. Let the one that started with 8, 5 digits with 8, be the least food you will ever take. Please, if you got this information I shared with us, type a 5 on the chat box now. Type a 5. It's important. If you learn how to read food labels, it will help you to eliminate certain things from your food. It will help you very, very well. Just look at the food, bring it up like this. Check. If there are 4 digits, know that they put fertilizer when they were growing it. If it's 5 digits but started with 8, it was genetically modified. If it's 5 digits but started with 9, that's the best food you can take. It indicates that it is organically grown. Now, raw eating. Raw eating ensures maximum nutrition. When you want to start eating, when you want to start doing raw eating, we call it Uncooked Food Challenge in our ministry, Healthy Race Ministry International. And by the way, if you are joining us for the first time, you are listening to Dr.Favour, Afoma, and the program is Great Life with Dr. Afoma. And in Great Life, we talk about everything health in all ramifications, our mental health, our physical health, our emotional health, our financial health also. So you are listening. This program airs every Sunday evening by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And it's powered by Healthy Race Ministry International. That's the name of the ministry. So always make sure you join us every Sunday evening by 8 p.m. You will like it. Because small, you begin, when you begin, people will say, let's see how far she will go. By the time you know it, you will be going very far because you hardly visit the doctor. You'll be your own doctor. Start eating raw foods, small. How do you do it? Start with 50% raw, 50% cooked. As you graduate, you make it 75% raw, 25% cooked. If you do this, you will see that your body will begin to feel better about yourself. And I tell people, when you go to a gathering, don't taste all the food there. Principle of moderation and principle of appropriate eating. Don't try to eat everything. Don't try to, I want to taste how this thing. Take what you want to eat. Eat it in small proportion. And then you drink water. Maybe next week we talk about water. Then gradually increase your raw food content to about 75 to 85%, depending on your goal. I want to tell us that if you don't want to have kidney issues, begin to do this. Practice it. It's something you will like. Because there is no way your body will be filled with acid that your kidneys will begin to run over time, to work over time. It can't happen. Then liquefied foods. What do we call liquefied food? Liquefying your food enhances nutrient absorption, especially when you take it on an empty stomach. Empty stomach. The best time to take smoothie is in the morning, when you have not eaten anything. Maybe you have just taken water, warm water, or lemon in warm water. Take the smoothie. You will see it will do you a lot of good. It will hold you till around 2. Try it. If you want to try it, just make sure you put something that has oil, like avocado, small. It will hold you. You'll be full. You won't be craving. But if you must crave, just put tiger nuts, dates, almond nuts. Just put them by the side. Something you can just chew at, and then make sure you are drinking water. So examples of liquefied foods, vegetable juices. You can make vegetable juice. Somebody asked me yesterday, that what's the best food to cleanse liver and kidney. I told her greens. Greens. You know, I introduced us to African greens. That African greens, if you don't have it, go and get it too. I have some now for sale. Go and get it. I think if Mrs. Ezenwa is here, I think Mrs. Ezenwa bought from that woman. Go and get it. It will help you. You may drink it in the morning. It contains five different grains. Onubu leaf, otazi leaf, okazi leaf also. Water. Almond nuts, is it not fattening? No, it depends. You know, you don't eat nut as if you are eating akanokwa. You just take about 10 or 15. It's okay. You don't just eat it as if, you know, we talked about moderation. No matter, even if that food is healthy, it must be eaten appropriately. It must be eaten appropriately. Then vegetable juices, fruit juices, smoothies, nut milk. You know, you can turn almond nuts into milk. The best way to do it is to soak it in water overnight. Then in the morning, don't throw away the water, blend it with the water. If you blend it, then you sieve it. Take the milk in place of the dairy milk, Dano and the rest of them. It's children that drink that Dano milk. You can take a tiger nut milk, almond milk, coconut milk, so many things you can make out of milk. Even some people do milk from, what's this thing? Irish potato. You grate it, or you go otazi, bitter leaf, okazi, and garden egg. Yes, these are the 5. I would have brought it and show us next week. I'll bring it because I have some. I sold some during Christmas. I have some. So if you need it, some of you that asked me about the book, Why Christians Get Sick, why have not given us feedback? I called the people that I get the books from. They said they will call me. They've not called me. So maybe tomorrow, maybe because of this election and the others. That's why I've not. I only have a copy. And this copy I have here, somebody had paid for it since. Just that I forgot to give it to the person. Then blended salads. Those of us that our teeth are strong, well, you can be chewing salad. But me, if I want to get enough of this, I always blend it. When I finish now, I'm going to blend what I will eat. I'll take it as ice cream or smoothie. You take it, it's filling. You have eaten. To nourish your body properly, eat more raw foods. Eat less cooked food. You know, when you're advancing, when you're getting to 40, your body is not as they used to be when you are 15, 25, 30. Eat more raw foods. Adopt proper cooking methods. Even if you don't have money to buy a salad master, that pot is expensive. You can adopt proper cooking. If you cook with clay, you know clay now, you know, the olden time they used to cook with clay. Then incorporate liquefied foods. Eat organic where possible. I've told us how to identify food labels. The best is 5 digits that started with 9, followed by 4 digits. The least is 5 digits that started with 8. That one is genetically modified. Then use supplements wisely. I've come to the end. I don't know whether you got any value. If you got any value, maybe you type a 5 on the chat. And if you have contributions to make, you can make at this point. Thank you so very much. My name is Dr.Favour, Afoma, and it's my pleasure that you join me. This program is powered by Healthy Race Ministry International, and it's aired every day, every Sunday by 8 p.m. By next Sunday now, you stop seeing this in my teeth because my dentist scolded me. She told me that I wasn't using the denture because I removed one tooth on Wednesday. She warned me. She said, when this tooth is healed. You must start. I said, if I wear it, I don't speak well. She said, don't worry. It's your mindset. When you wear it, people just ask somebody to know whether you are not speaking well. So by very soon, you stop seeing this open, it's teeth. The one I removed on Wednesday was the 11th tooth that I removed, which is not good. It's not good. But it wasn't what my life I lived now. It was life I lived in the time past. So food is very, very vital to our well-being. You can't divorce food from being healthy. But then you choose what you are eating. That's why I tell people, don't form the habit of eating out all the time. Cook that food in your house. You know your psychology when you are cooking it, you may be thinking as you are cooking it, you may be joyful. The mood will be turned into the food without you knowing. You know the water source. You know how hygienic your hands are. Have you not seen people cooking for other people? It's just to help me to get, I have lost a lot of tooth so that they don't start shifting. You put it in place, because by the time when it was expensive, almost close to 300,000. They will do what we call impression. There's something like chewing-gum they will use to get your teeth. They will send it to England. They will do it. My own is the flexible one. I'll just click it like this, all these places. But my own was choking me somewhere here. So when I went on that Wednesday, she wasn't happy with me. I said, doctor, this thing was choking me now. She just turned and left. I said, I don't like my doctor being angry. I told them, let me come. I came to my house. I brought it. I wore it. So when I wore it, she smiled at me. I smiled. I said, hey, now, why did you say this? I said, it was choking me. And she found out really, really that there was, artificial will always be artificial. That's it was choking me. So she took away the front one, and I have the other one now. Why I won't put it on it? Because of this tooth she removed is not yet. She told me the moment this one is said, I should start using just to make sure that the teeth doesn't move. When you leave the gap, either they get widened or they get narrow, which may not be good when somebody is getting old. And I can chew with it, because me, I like to chew. I can chew with it. If you put it, I can chew bone with it. And if you see it, if I didn't tell you, you won't know. Because my gum, the color of my gum, the color of my teeth, we are choosing appropriately. So that's I will start using it when they do when they correct that upper one. I will just put it like this. You can use it, because she told me to start using it. The way I wear my glasses. These glasses, I wear it for computers and phone. It was specifically made for it. The one I used to read is different from this. The one I used to walk on the road is different from. I have glasses. If you come to my house, I have. Then the one I use in the afternoon, photochromic, when the sun is up, it turns dark. I have plain one. If I'm not going anywhere that is sunny, I wear that. So these are things you do to help yourself. Don't live your life carelessly, because you don't have another life anywhere. So thank you so very much. God bless you. Any contributions, you can make it now. Okay, I've explained that. Ogo, Otazi, bitter leaf, Okazi and garden egg leaves. She wrote all the names there. So thank you so very much. See you next Sunday by God's grace. Pray for Nigeria. We need prayers. We need prayers. Because when evil is becoming the norm, it gives concern, because I don't know what we are bequeathing to our children. When violence is seen as the normal thing. I don't know. It shocks. I felt so unhappy again. I don't know. Say, God, help me. I don't know any politician. I don't know anybody. But the way things, why can't we do things well and get things done right? No. God bless you so very much. God bless you. God honor you. See you next week and have a fantastic night rest. I remain Dr. Afoma Olisa, reaching you live from Lagos State, Nigeria. Thank you and have a good night's rest.